everyone, and happy Halloween. I'm sharing a little Halloween luminary or lantern I made with the ScanNCut. And here's a little battery operated tea light. It goes on the bottom. So I thought I'd show you how I made these cool kind of arched windows in the design with the machine. And it's all in the library, and this cute ghost border is in the library as well. So this is Basil Basics cardstock in black, Raven it's called. How suitable is that? And the inside is very cool Basil product. It's called Mylar, and it comes in different colors. It's a specialty paper. I'll put up the link, but this one is yellow, and you can see it has different tones in it. And actually, in the photo I took for the this project, when I took photos of it, it actually turned out to look green, and so I basically just rolled it up and popped it inside. Isn't that cool? Yeah, you can see kind of the green tinge in this light as well. Anyways, I'll zoom in and I'll get started and show you how I made this lantern. Let's begin. Here we go into patterns. I'm going to go in and just choose a basic rectangle like this. And I want my rectangle that is going to be, this bottom part of the lantern. You can't really see it, but it's going to be 5 inches high, and we'll make it as wide as possible, as wide as we can for the mat. So make it 5 inches wide, and then I'm going to click my sizing button so I can only make it wider. And we'll just hold that down until the width is about 11.5 inches is the widest we can get. So I will click set, and then I will click add and go into my borders here, and I will find those little ghosties. This is also a cute border. You could use that as well. Here they are, and I will click set, and then basically I will drag this down so it is touching the very top edge of my box rectangle. So let's go in and see if it's touching. I'll zoom in. I don't know if it is. So here are my moving buttons. I will just move my ghost down, and we'll zoom in, and we'll see they are touching, overlapping all the way across. So that's good, it's okay. I will click all my bounding boxes, and then I will weld this. Okay to weld, yes. Great. So I'll click OK, and I'm going to save this file onto my USB stick. Then we're going to move on and get the windows done. Okay, so to make the window, we'll click the pattern, and I'm going to use this round square here. And you can see that in the lantern, you don't have to use a square with rounded corners. You don't have to, but I like the look of it just because it goes with the half circle on top, or the part of the circle. All right. So let's make these, it's going to be smaller, but I want to work with I like to work with a larger size. So let's work with a 2.5 inch size of a square, and we need 4 of those squares. So I'm going to just work on the bottom here of my mat and stack up these squares. And they usually snap into place, but to check to see if they're in the right spot and they're lined up. This one is lower. We can move that up like so, and we can check again, and that looks right to me. All right, okay. Now I am going to add a half circle. And here it is. And we can just put it on there and see where it's at. I'm going to put it right kind of on top of my squares, because then I will see when I size it if it's the same width, just to make it a bit easier. Okay, I think that looks like it lines up. Now, remember my squares are 2.5 by 2.5. Well, I want the height of my circle for proportions. I could leave the window like this, but for proportions, I want my half circle to be 2.5 inches high. So I will click this limiting button and I can adjust only the height. And so I will click, oh boy, this is clicking fast. And that's 2.5 now, and I'm happy with that. So again, you can just do whatever you prefer. So I will click OK. Then I'm going to choose all the bounding boxes and click OK. Now I'm not welding this, of course, they're not touching. I'm unifying them. So I will click Unify, OK, and there is my window file. So I will save this onto my USB, and there you have it. And now I will add this into my ghost panel with the ghost borders. So I will go grab that from my saved data. Hopefully I can find it quickly, because sometimes I find I save my data and the machine tosses it around in an interesting way. Okay, there's my ghost. Click OK, and now again I want to find my window and add it. And I think I saw it right there. So that's easy. And there it is. So I will click my window now and resize it down so it fits in the lantern. Like so. I'm just eyeballing it quickly. And now I will choose, I want 4 of them. So then we put them across. And if they don't fit, then I have to make them smaller. I can see that already. So I will make them smaller, make this one smaller, and then make sure, I should have checked my measurements before I did this. You want them small enough so that they can all fit 4 across. I guess you can make them a little bigger and fit fewer. Let's try this. And another thing is writing things down. That's always a good idea, which I didn't do. So now I have my 4 lanterns, 4 windows lined up. And I think they're lined up, but let's go down and check. I think the bottom, not really, no. I'll have to move them a bit. So this is where you play and move them a little bit and adjust. And click OK. And now what I would do is, I'm just going to move this a bit more. That looks good to me. Just might as well do it the right way. So you want to look again at the top and the bottom if you're happy with where it's sitting. And I don't have them right against the bottom. And then the spaces between should look fairly even. And I think that looks good. So I will click OK, and I will, I'm going to go back here, click OK. No, I'm going to go back here, click all my bounding boxes, and I will unify this. There we go. Okay, now I can actually make this even, resize it and make it smaller and have a smaller little lantern, or leave it as it is and have a lantern that's about 6.5 inches high. And then I will save it to my USB stick, and I'll do a new one. All right, and basically all you do right now is you get your black cardstock and you put it on your mat and you cut it out, and that's the file. Like I said, you cut it out and then you get some cool plastic like Mylar from Basil and roll it up, put it inside, grab your little battery operated tea light. My light's not good today. And you're ready to go with your Halloween lantern. So thanks for joining me.